Noorsign Books presents Ramadan Miracles, Stories of Faith Found in the Ordinary. 25 Dates, Part 3, Choosing the Crescent. Melbourne, the 27th night of Ramadan. Khadija Abdi is a veterinarian, a daughter, and the subject of her mother's laminated marriage project. But when the perfect suitor arrives, and she feels nothing like what she's supposed to, she must finally ask the question she's been running from her whole life. What do I actually want?
By the 27th night of Ramadan, the laminated list looks wounded. Names ticked, names crossed, notes scrawled by Hoyo in the margins. Too quiet, talks too much, mother is annoying, underlined twice. Only number 25 remains pristine. Omar Farah, 30, doctor, Hoyo's cousin's neighbor's son, top choice. He is the one, inshallah, Hoyo declares, fixing her scarf in the hallway mirror. I feel it. Khadija smooths her cream didak, pulse drumming. Fasting can't explain all of it. Omar arrives with his parents and an expensive tray of sweets. He's almost offensively ideal, polite, warm, respectful. His mother is gracious. His father jokes kindly with Ahmed. At the table after the flurry of plates and eat more, no more, he turns to Khadija. So, he says, what drew you to veterinary medicine? Same question as half the suitors, but his tone is genuinely curious. She answers honestly. I liked animals, she starts, then grimaces. Everyone says that. It's not enough. I liked that they don't pretend. If a dog is scared, it shakes. If a cat is angry, it hisses. There's no small talk. He smiles. And humans pretend. All the time, she says. Then quieter. Even with Allah. At least I do. He doesn't pounce. He thinks. I think, he says slowly, sometimes we confuse adab with acting. We think being on best behavior for Allah means hiding the parts we don't like. But he already knows, so who are we performing for? She looks at him, startled. You're a doctor, she says. They teach you that in med school? No, he smiles crookedly. In therapy. She laughs. For a moment, the knot in her chest loosens. They talk about night shifts, stubborn patients, worried families. He listens well, makes dua between bites, makes her laugh again. After they leave, Hoyo is practically glowing. Well, she demands. He's great, Khadija says, and means it. He's everything. Alhamdulillah. Hoyo's hands fly up. We will talk to them soon, inshallah. No need to wait. Ahmed catches Khadija's eye in the hallway. You okay? He mouths. She doesn't know. That night at Taraweeh, the Imam recites Surah Ad-Dukha. By the morning brightness, your Lord has not forsaken you. Khadija cries through the whole surah, quiet tears, shaking shoulders. After prayer, she sits in her Corolla in the mosque car park, forehead on the steering wheel, phone buzzing in her lap. Ahmed calls. How was Dr. McDreamy? He asks. He's perfect, she answers, voice hollow. Yikes. That's the problem, she grips the wheel. There's nothing wrong with him. He's the kind of man you should marry, and I feel not what I'm supposed to feel when I'm about to build my whole life around someone. You don't have to decide now, Ahmed says carefully. Hoyo's already half printing invitations. Her laugh is bitter. Maybe she's right. Maybe wanting things is for other people, not almost 30 hijab vets living at home making their mother cry. Ahmed is silent for a moment. Tell me what you actually want, not what anyone else wants. You. She opens her mouth. Nothing comes. I don't know, she whispers at last. Then maybe, he says gently, you should find out before you marry anyone. His words linger long after the call ends.
Back in her room, the blue notebook waits. She writes with her heart half broken open. Dear whoever you are, or dear Ya Allah, or dear me. I don't know who I'm writing to anymore. My mother wants me to marry a doctor named Omar. He's wonderful.
He's perfect. He's not you. And I don't even know who you is. I met a stranger in a grocery store, and he asked me if I was okay, and it broke something open in me. I think what I really want in all these letters, all these du'as, isn't a husband. It's permission. Permission to want something for myself. Permission to choose. Permission to be enough without someone else choosing me first. Ya Allah, I have spent my whole life trying to be worthy of your mercy, of my mother's pride, of a place in this community. I studied, I worked, I prayed, I smiled. I said, whatever you think is best, Hoyo. I have never once believed that I already am enough, that you already see me, that your gaze is enough, even if no one ever chooses me. So here is my real dua. Help me stop performing. Help me start choosing. Help me trust that whatever you wrote for me, husband or no husband, is not failure. I am yours. That's enough. Help me believe it. Khadija. She prays 2 quiet rakatan. No fancy Arabic dua. Just broken, simple words in a Melbourne bedroom. Ya Allah, show me how to be honest. With you, with her, with myself. When dawn finally glows at the edge of the curtains, she sleeps, heavy, dreamless. Eid creeps in like a breath released.
Eid morning. The house is chaos, sugar, and steam. Hoyo commands the kitchen like a general. Mandazi pyramid, Paris mountain, tea rivers. Khadija dresses slowly, pale green dirak, matching scarf, the small gold necklace Abo gave her when she became Dr. Abdi. She catches her reflection, holds her own gaze. I choose today, she whispers to the mirror. The words feel unfamiliar and right. Downstairs, Hoyo is mid-Mandazi arrangement. You look beautiful, she says absently, then double takes. Masha'Allah. Sit, eat so you don't faint. Hoyo, talk in the car, we are late. Now, Khadija grips the back of a chair. Something in her tone makes Hoyo set the plate down. Omar's name hums between them. Omar is wonderful, Khadija says. I like him, I respect him. He'd make someone a great husband. Hoyo's eyes sharpen. But I'm not going to marry him. The words fall, clean and heavy. Don't be stupid, Hoyo snaps. You are nervous. It is normal. You think I wasn't nervous? I'm not nervous. Khadija's voice surprises even herself. Steady. I'm not choosing him. He's not mine to choose. What is this mine? Hoyo demands. He has deen, job, family. You like him. He likes you. You want fireworks, Bollywood? We are not white people, Habibti. I don't want fireworks, Khadija says softly. I want to choose, not be chosen for. Her throat tightens. Not be rushed because your friends ask questions. You think this is about my friends? Hoyo's voice rises. This is about your life. You think men like Omar grow on trees? Tomorrow he will marry someone else, and you will sit here, old, alone? I'm already writing letters alone, Khadija blurts. Letters? Suspicion flares. To who? Astaghfirullah, if you say boyfriend. They're dua letters, Khadija interrupts. To Allah, to the idea of a husband, to myself. She takes a breath that trembles. I realized I've been living as what everyone says a good Somali Muslim girl should be. I did everything, but it's always been other people choosing, or not choosing. I've never chosen. Her eyes shine, but she keeps upright. I love you, she says fiercely. Wallah, I do. And I know everything you do is because you survived things I can't imagine. You don't want me alone. I get it. A little. Hoyo's jaw is rigid. But I need, Khadija continues, voice low, to stand in front of Allah and say I tried to be honest, not just obedient. I need to know I didn't marry a man because he was number 25 on a list. I need to trust that Allah wrote something for me that isn't laminated. And if that is no one, then I need to trust that too. Silence stretches. Hoyo sinks into a chair. You sound like your father, she whispers. He used to say, let the girl breathe. She'll find her way. I said he was too soft. The world is hard. It doesn't let girls breathe. She looks up, eyes suddenly wet. You think I don't trust Allah? I do. But I also know he gave us hands and eyes and aunties with nephews. Despite everything, a small laugh escapes Khadija. I'm not asking you to stop being you, she says. I'm asking you to step back, a little. Let me fail even. Let me be the one to say yes or no. And if you choose nothing, Hoyo presses, if you sit, and then you are 40 and all the men are gone or bad, then so be it, Khadija says, fear and faith braided together. I'll adopt 10 cats, maybe a few kids. You'll still get grandkids. They just might not come in the way you imagined. A breath, 2. You think I wasn't scared when I married your father? Hoyo says at last. I told you. I cried. I didn't choose him. I thought, what if he is bad? What if I am stuck? She swallows. But Allah gave me more than I asked. Maybe I forgot that. Her voice frays. Maybe I held you too tight, afraid Allah would not be as generous twice. He will, Khadija says quietly. He already has. Hoyo sniffs. You have so much confidence in Allah. You should have more in your mother. I do. Just not in her WhatsApp groups. A reluctant smile tugs at Hoyo's mouth. Those aunties will kill me. Our project canceled. Tell them the patient discharged herself. You are not a patient. You are a doctor. Hoyo sighs, old and young at once. Okay, we will delay. Tell Omar we need time. Istikhara. You will meet people, but on your terms. No more PowerPoint in my lounge. Khadija blinks. PowerPoint? Whatever that thing with the laptop was. Astaghfirullah. My kitchen is not for pitches. Thank you, she says. 2 small words, heavy like sujood. Don't thank me yet, Hoyo warns, wiping her eyes briskly. I reserve the right to panic later. Now go put lipstick. We're late. People will think we are sad and divorced already. The Eid prayer ground is a burst of color and noise. Diraks shimmering, kids with balloon swords, men in crisp thobes, the winter sky clear and impossibly blue. Inside, rows form. Allahu Akbar rolls through the crowd like a wave. After a salah, the car park becomes a village. Hugs, photos. Eidul Fitr Mubarak Habibti. Selfies in front of the brick wall that always makes it to Instagram. Khadija edges toward the fringe of the crowd, seeking air. Then she sees him. Across a row of parked cars near the low wall stands a man in a simple thobe, holding a beautifully carved wooden Al-Quran stand. Beside him, an older woman in a patterned hijab. The sawdust is gone, but the eyes are the same. Idris. He laughs at something his mother says, head tipped, wholly unperformed. Something in Khadija's chest clicks. Who are you staring at? Hoyo materializes at her elbow. Ya Allah, Hoyo, Khadija mutters. You can't just appear like jinn. Hoyo follows her gaze, eyes narrow. Who is that? I met him at Kohl's over dates. Heat rises in her cheeks. His name is Idris. He's a carpenter. Over dates, Hoyo repeats. This is a romance novel now. They were on sale, Khadija protests weakly. We talked a little. He is what? Doctor? Engineer? Hoyo squints. No tie, no shiny shoes. He makes furniture, Khadija says, by hand. Beautiful things. She nods at the Al-Quran stand. Does he have house? I don't know. Does he pray? We just prayed Eid al-Fitr with him, Khadija points out. As if feeling their gaze, Idris turns. Recognition lights his face. The same quiet, almost smile, warmer now. He says something to his mother. The older woman turns, following his line of sight. Her eyes take them in. Hoyo, straight-backed, Khadija, suddenly fascinated by the gravel. Then Halima, with the unhurried confidence of an auntie who fears nothing, starts walking toward them, Idris beside her. Oh my God, Khadija whispers, abort mission, please. Stand straight, Hoyo hisses, fix your scarf, smile, but not crazy. They arrive. Eid Mubarak, the woman says, warmth in her voice. I am Halima. I think we have many friends in common. Eid Mubarak, Hoyo replies smoothly. I'm Fartun. Everyone calls me Hoyo. This is my daughter, Khadija, doctor, vet. Ah, Halima smiles wider. The famous Dr. Abdi. You saved Auntie Shukri's cat. I just did my job, Khadija mumbles. This is my son, Idris, Halima adds. Eid Mubarak, Idris says, first to Hoyo, then to Khadija, again. The second word sits between them like a shared secret. You know each other? Hoyo's antenna twitch. We met once, Idris answers calmly, at Kohl's, over dates. Halima's eyebrows rise. Kohl's, she muses. Mashallah, rizq appears in strange aisles. Carpenter? Hoyo asks, gaze dropping to his calloused hands, then the Quran stand. Yes, Auntie, he says. I make furniture in Coburg. This is for my mother. Furniture is good, she concedes. Everybody needs somewhere to sit. Her fingers brush the carved wood. You made this? Yes. Good hands, she murmurs. Halima steps slightly back, giving the younger two a fraction more space. Fartun, she says lightly, we should have coffee, without our children listening. Talk about furniture and cats. I have no time for coffee, Hoyo begins, then glances at Khadija. Khadija nods. Tiny, sure. For you, maybe, Hoyo allows. Then, surprising herself, come for Eid lunch, both of you. We have too much food, haram to waste. Idris blinks, then smiles. Thank you, Auntie, he says. We'd be honored. On the way back to their car, Khadija whispers, did you just invite strangers to Eid lunch? They are not strangers, Hoyo says. They are people from mosque, with nice faces, and hands. She lifts her chin. No laminated list, just seeing. You're changing your process? I am experimenting, Hoyo sniffs. Don't get excited. I am still watching. I never doubted your surveillance, Khadija replies. Eid lunch at the Abdi house is always a controlled riot. Today, it's a little louder. Halima arrives with basbousa. Idris carries a heavy box. He sets it on the dining table and lifts the lid. Inside is a low, wide wooden tray, edges carved with a simple geometric pattern, the grain glowing under oil. For your dates, Auntie, he says to Hoyo, so they have somewhere worthy to sit. Hoyo rungs her fingers along the smooth edge. You made this? Yes. Good hands, she repeats, softer. Through the afternoon, the house hums with voices and clatter. Children race, aunties debate, uncles argue football. Khadija and Idris orbit the same space, without forced proximity, without theatrics. Later, they find themselves side by side near a window, paper plates in hand, noise cushioning them. "So," he says, "did your mum approve of the Coles dates?" "She never knew," Khadija smiles. "I cut them up and mixed them with her good ones, blended rizq. She was none the wiser." "Dangerous," he deadpans. "Date fraud." "You," she asks, "do you always philosophize with strangers in supermarkets?" "Only on odd-numbered nights," he replies. A small laugh escapes her. "I'm sorry, I dumped emotional baggage in aisle 5, she says, eyes on her plate. "I liked it," he says simply. People don't usually answer that question honestly. "Do you ask it a lot?" "In my head," he admits. "Most people don't know what to do with it out loud." "And you?" He takes a breath. "I got divorced 3 years ago," he says, calm but not cold. "We were married too. Our families chose it. We agreed because it seemed sensible. She's a good person. We were wrong for each other." "I'm sorry," Khadija says. "Don't be," he answers. "We didn't hurt each other on purpose, but afterwards I realized I'd let my life be decided. I called it trusting Allah." He gives a half smile. "Maybe it was just being scared to say what I wanted, or not knowing." Something inside her answers that. "Since then," he continues, "I've been learning how to choose. Small things first. What I build, who I spend time with, when to say no." His eyes crinkle. "Which dates to buy?" "And now," she asks quietly, "do you know what you want?" He looks at her, steady. "I know I don't want to audition for anyone's satisfaction committee," he says wryly, glancing at the aunties. "I know I want honesty, even when it's ugly, especially then." "Me too," she says, before she can swallow it. "You already started," he points out. "Coles, aisle 5. She smiles slowly. "I thought I was pathetic," she says, "crying over dates." "I thought you were brave," he replies. The words settle in her chest, gentle and solid. Later, when the last guests have left, when Halima and Idris have taken their basbousa tray and wooden date platter and gone with many dua and promises of next time at your house, the Abdi home finally quiets. The new tray sits on the sideboard, holding a neat pile of medjool dates that gleam in the lamplight. The old plastic container is pushed to the back of a cupboard. Upstairs, Khadija sits on her bed with the blue notebook. She doesn't start a new letter. She turns to the last page where her desperate 27th night dua bleeds through. Beneath it, she writes in small, steady script, "Today, I chose." She closes the notebook, palm resting on the cool crescent. Outside, the thin silver of the Shawwal moon hangs above Melbourne, quiet witness to 29 days of hunger and hope, lamination and letters, fluorescent miracles, and Eid lunches. Downstairs, on Hoyo's phone, WhatsApp pings. In Kiki's 25, updates and coordination, Auntie Rahma has written, "Sister Fartun, any news? How is our project?" Hoyo, half asleep on the couch, does not reach for it. The laminated list on the fridge has started to curl at the corners. One day soon, someone will pull it down. Maybe to make room for a photo from today, Khadija in pale green, Idris somewhere in the background, unposed. The real miracle of that Ramadan is not that a vet met a carpenter over dates in Coles. It's that she finally heard, beneath the aunties and the apps and the lamination, a question Allah had been whispering all along. What do you want? And under the old moon and the new, she found the courage to start answering, with him as her witness.
You've been listening to Ramadan Miracles, a Noorsign Books original. And so Khadija's journey comes to an end. The real miracle of that Ramadan was not that a vet met a carpenter over dates in Coles. It was that she finally heard, beneath the aunties and the apps and the lamination, a question Allah had been whispering all along. What do you want? And under the old moon and the new, she found the courage to start answering, with him as her witness. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next miracle. Visit noorsignbooks.com to join our community and get the full collection. Jazakumullah khairan.